G'day Year 9. Today we're looking at arrays. So we're focusing on our probability at the moment and we've got an experiment. Our experiment is we're tossing a coin and we're rolling a dice. D4, just for those who aren't as nerdy as me, is a four-sided dice. Die is singular, dice is plural. So, what we're looking at today is we're going to work out what each one of these experiments, we're going to try and work out the probability. So, what we're going to use our array for, and an array is just another word for a table, is we're going to use our arrays so that we can work out sample space. We talked briefly about sample space last lesson, and we said that it was all possible outcomes. So, a list of all the possible things that can happen. So, using an array, it's a really quick way for us to show what can happen. So, we can get a head and a 1, a head and a 2, a head and a 3, and a head and a 4. We don't need to worry about total for this one. The other way we can go is we can get a tails and a 1, a tails and a 2, a tails and a 3, a tails and a 4. And we can work out that there are 8 possible outcomes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So each outcome in this case has a equal probability of happening. So what we're going to do in a little bit of time is I'm going to give you an experiment to complete and you're going to create an array. But first of all, let's have a look at an experiment where we have to do something a little bit different. In this one, we're asked to, we've got a D4 and a D6, a four-sided dice and a six-sided dice, and we're adding the two together. We're writing down our results. So, what we can do in this one, we got a 1, looking at this box here, we've got 1 and 1, which makes 2. We got 1 and 2, which makes 3. 3 and 1, which makes 4, and so on and so forth. I'm going to pause it here while I write up all my other outcomes. So here we go, we've got all our outcomes written up. Now we can be asked a whole bunch of different questions. So, what is the probability of a 7? So we can use our array, we can go through and see there's 1, 2, 3, 4 7s. So our probability of it getting 7 is, whoops, not 7. We only counted 4, didn't we? We got 4, and how many outcomes do we have in total? We got 6 times 4 is 24. Now, I'm going to expect you to go through and make a reduction in that one, so simplify it down a bit. Now, 4 goes into 24 6 times. And what I'm expecting you to be able to do is to tell me these probabilities. What's the probability of the complement of 7? So, not 7. That's what that little dash means. Chance of not 7, so we got our 1. Get rid of that. Makes it look messy. Probability of the complement of 7, we've got our 1 because it's an event and it has to happen, and we're going to take away our probability of 7. So we got 1 take away 1/6 leaves us with 5 out of 6. So I'm going to expect you to do this when you come up to when you finished your experiment, and I'm going to get you to work out the theoretical, because this is the theoretical, and compare it to your experiment. All the best for today. Have a lovely day.